It's just too much. And let me piggyback on Tony's example, right? So you got data centers being developed all over. Companies are trying to do kind of like the NVIDIA company, but more domestically here in the United States. So there's more demand for electricians. Tony is 100% right.
Last week, a lot of AI and tech-enabled sponsors. And of course, the world is a pendulum. Things kick back the other way, and we go completely analog this week. Welcome our first sponsor in this morning. It's Rehab Stick, the world's first rehabilitation tool that is, it's a stick. No sensors, no resistance, no software. It is quite literally, and I'm not exaggerating, you're buying a stick, and you can use it for posture correction, gait training, pointing at patients, and occasionally emotional support. I'm not actually sure how that works, but it says it in the copy. Now they have a premium model as well, Rehab Stick Pro. It's the same stick, but it's darker word, just darker. Rehab Stick, because not everything needs technology. Sometimes things just need a stick. I mean, haven't you ever thought that, guys? You're like, you know what? If I just had a stick, I could solve everything right here. All right, our lead story. I wrote an article about. Good. You haven't rehab.
I'm going to say Rehab Stick. It's not a shtick.
We see we're already running copy.
There's a little delay there. I thought you were laughing. And if you didn't, that's fine.
That's good. It's good. All right. So I saw another article or a series of articles by somebody, and I'm going to have them on the podcast because here's what I've found. Life hack. If you disagree with people online and you have a podcast, inviting them on the podcast gets to the bottom of what you're talking about a lot faster. Turns out comment section doesn't get a lot of answers. And that's the fun part. So we're going to have Rob on the show. And I said to Rob in a DM, and I think I said in a comment, I think we agree mostly on this. But here was my pitch. I said hard work didn't stop working, but somewhere along the way, the physical therapy profession or system, it stopped converting it into upside consistently. You have to make sure you listen to all my words. They all matter. I'm not saying there's no upside. I'm not saying you don't need to work hard. I'm saying you used to be able to do X and get Y, and now you need to do like more X to get half of Y. That's what I'm saying. So this explains why clinicians are angry. Students are stunned. I met one this weekend. She got gut punched in the stomach. We talked about her yesterday. $175K out of the gate. 4 months. That's what she owes. She's like, I mean, I'm not a math guy, but I already had 2 financial advisors, Tony, reach out to me on LinkedIn after yesterday and being like, I was shoveling the driveway and listened to your episode. I will help this girl because she got bad advice. I can't undo that, but I can help now. Even though none of them created this problem, this is created by, I'm just going to take shots here, right? Who the big, hairy, scary are. Big insurance and big education. And I'm not talking about professors or deans. I'm talking about people who don't come to meetings. And I'm not talking about, your local insurance payer rep. I'm talking about the people 42 levels above them. So here's all I'm saying in this conversation. The conversion factor is just off. And now Rob came back to me and did say, well, look at Elon Musk and look at any NFL wide receiver. Anybody that's ever made anything of himself has worked hard and thought outside the box. Don't disagree. I'm talking about go to school, become a clinician, go to work every day, do the thing we're talking about for someone else. Not the only path. That used to convert better. Am I wrong? Am I right? Or am I somewhere in the middle mixed up?
Dave, what do you think?
No, I was going to kick it. Go ahead. I was going to kick it to you.
So I was just listening. I was going to try and look up the guy's name. I watched the All In podcast. He is one of the investors on the All In podcast. And he was saying like they're building these data centers. They're working, in AI. They're paying electricians $400,000 to $500,000 a year. So I don't know. I mean, did the electricians do anything special, or were they in the right place at the right time to justify that kind of payment? At the end of the day, what we do is incredibly impactful on a personal basis, but clearly the money isn't there. The payers, the insurance companies, don't believe it's worth paying us more than 10 or 12 bucks a unit. The patient, in often, in a lot of situations, doesn't believe it's worth paying the money to have us see them out of pocket beyond insurance. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's timing,
Yeah. So again, I want to be very clear. I'm not blaming any part of the equation. I'm just saying I'm trying to figure when people, because then people flood into my comments and like, screw academics and screw insurance. And I'm like, guys, you can yell at the sun all you want for causing you sunburn, or you could not go outside. I'm just trying to explain it and say, now make decisions. We got to launch a podcast for people who are 3 years before applying to PT school. Like the financial advisor was like, let me help her. I'm like, I got to be honest with you, man. Isn't it too late to help her? But you can't go upstream because those people are in the wild. They're not connected. So I am not saying don't work hard or don't open your own thing or be pissed. You can be pissed, but you got to understand that like you signed up for this. You didn't read the room. Dave.
Well, I think someone that's coming out of school with all the student loan debt, they don't understand the whole game yet. It's just too much. And let me piggyback on Tony's example, right? So you got data centers being developed all over. Companies are trying to do kind of like the NVIDIA company, but more domestically here in the United States. So there's more demand for electricians. Tony is 100% right. There's a lot more content actually now being put out where the trades and the electricians are kind of like, yeah, like, because they're hearing all this, that like there's basically more demand of their services now. I think that there's also some amount, I don't know, to the same magnitude, I don't know, or half the magnitude of that, if not equal magnitude of demand on the consumer side for health and wellness services. And I think physical therapy fits in that bucket. The challenge that we've mentioned before, the challenge is that the indoctrinated physical therapy model was through the insurance billing reimbursement payment system. There are so many practices. I wish I don't have my friends and colleagues' approval right now to shout out names and practices, but I could list off 10 practices where there's practices that are charging $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 packages to folks that are teachers, nurses, meaning those are the patients, the clients that arguably may or may not have discretionary income to pay. I think that's the same type of potential earning potential that these electricians have in Tony's example. The challenge is that the sales and the marketing, you need the sales and marketing chops. That's exactly what I'm teaching my physical therapists today. That's what we're doing for onboarding and coaching today, which is we're going to literally review for hours objections and rebuttals. So hey, that's a lot. That's expensive. That's a lot. I need to think about it. I want to sleep on it. I need to speak with my spouse. Let me check my budget and I'll get back to you. All that type of stuff. And what to say right after that to continue the conversation, to make it the customer's decision to continue to work with us. There is equal, if not similar magnitude of demand on the client side of consumers that have aches, pains, weekend warriors, people that are doing races, high rocks, CrossFit, all that type of stuff. And I would say it's somewhat in the same realm of the demand of these electricians. So the challenge is we're not geared for that. We're not taught, we're not coached on how to present what we do in a clear way and charge
right
market rate or what physical therapists used to make 20 years ago per unit or per hour.
You can make the best argument in the world to an insurance company. I gotta be honest. They're not listening. Like that's not how to do it. That's not going to work. I love that there are people doing advocacy. That's awesome. I honestly
it'll never work. It's never going to work. It's never going to catch us up to the adjusted inflation. Never.
I think the people doing the advocacy are like, we are at best a speed bump to slow the bad down, right? I think the people who get it, who do it, who their salary depends on them doing it, and they never promise we're going to solve this. Like the real people that I've met in advocacy, people who really do this for a living, they're not done. They're not. All right. I'm going to have more on this with Rob. Go deeper if people want to. Tony, you shared this morning. I don't even know what this is. What is this?
Yeah.
Green.
I think this would be right up Dave's alley. So we got a text message literally this morning. I didn't cover up the practice's name because it's not bad. It's not a negative thing. For those listening, not watching, the text message from a dermatologist group said, we are reaching out to inform you of an important billing update at Dermatologists of Southwest Florida to streamline payments. Enrollment in auto pay is required. Patients who decline must provide a $100 deposit and copay at the time of your visit. This excludes Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE charges occur only after insurance questions. Call this number, visit this website. So, these guys obviously have boatloads of money. We set up a dermatologist appointment for one of our kids. It's a first time visit. This is what we got. And we've talked about this, like, okay, so we can't twist the insurance company's arm to pay us more money. We can't, and I'm saying we as the universal, the royal we. Yeah. We seem to think that we can't get patients to pay us more money. Yeah. So the only thing that's really left in that scenario is, how do we improve efficiency? How do we reduce losses? We spend less money on equipment. We negotiate lower rent leases. We do all of those things. And we make sure that we know that you can use a cancellation policy across all patients as long as it's a universal policy. But we start collecting some sort of deposit or some sort of payment just to reduce the negative impact of cancels and no-shows. And if you're not going to pay, if you're not willing to put $100 on the line, you're not the right patient. We can't afford to treat you.
I'm trying to think like, really quickly, like on the fly, like other industries where this would not even be an eye would be batted. Like there's other, right? Like what are, like, am I just, because I have a camera in front of me, I can't think, but like it feels like.
Now, even with restaurants, right? There was, and it's still Open Table and not Seamless, Open Table or any of the other book a table, Open Seat. And so those were just like, you could do, you could book it and then you could cancel it last minute. And then the company Resi came out, RESY, Resi, like reservations. And Resi is only certain restaurants. But if you want to book a table at certain restaurants, you got to put down $25 or $50.
Paying for access, baby.
But to hold the table. Because if you late cancel, then they're going to charge you whatever, the 25 or 50, whatever you agree to up front. If you arrive, you don't get charged. So it enables restaurants to, guess what, guys, gals, have better show up rates instead of having no shows. So great idea. I mean, it's in all other industries. I love this. I love this approach.
Think about that. Don't bat an eye. I know my haircut guy, I book through an app and it's like the last thing. It's like, you are agreeing to a no-show fee if you don't show up for this. And I'm like,
how much is it?
I don't even know. I just click OK. And I've not showed before. And Rob was just like, no big deal. Because I've been for 5 years. So he was like, no big deal. You texted me, not a problem. But if you're just a random dude and you just ate 35 minutes of Rod's time, dude, Rod's got to eat, dude. Like, we all went to PT school. I mean, I'm not mad at Nazareth College. I got in, I popped $500 down, and then I got in, and I love you, Rochester. I love you. But if I got the choice between Arlington, Virginia, where it's a little warmer, because Jimmy loves sun and temperature, I picked Marymount, and it was also a great program. All that, right. But also, like, I ate that $500. I was like, got it, understood. And so haircut and restaurants, people do not blink an eye, or I'm sure people blink. Healthcare. Well, you can't do that. Oh, maybe, are we just clutching our pearls? Is that why it feels weird for us to do this?
But let's talk about the deeper level benefit of this, not even from a financial perspective, because we know therapists hate getting paid unless it's an employer paying them.
They do.
Let's talk about how this benefits the patient. Do you think if I already put $100 in the pot that I'm less likely or more likely to go attend the appointment? If I attend the appointment, do you think I'm more likely or less likely to get the benefit of the appointment? Like the motivation, the psychology behind this kind of commitment is so impactful. This will get you better outcomes than a manual certification or some, special CEU that teaches you how to do an intervention better.
Do not disagree. I'm not saying don't be improving. I'm saying nickel for nickel, you will get better. Like, this is how you will afford your next CEU course, by doing this and making sure your business is running better. Dr. A says personal trainers. I think he's shouting out about other industries where you have to pay, and if you don't show up, tough toenails, as my middle school gym teacher would say. You have to pay in advance. Cancer or no-shows, they charge you for the visit. People don't care. They pay. Hotels, Ben Galen on LinkedIn. Of course. See, I knew there was things. I got a camera in front of me, and I started going, my IQ drops 40 points. The camera adds 10 pounds and selects flights.
Yeah, that's buying an airline ticket. Oh, shit.
Hey, really quick about hotels, right? So you have to put a card down. You pay for a hotel up front, or you put I can't remember because my wife handles it.
Usually,
hotel.
Usually you can reserve a hotel room, and then like 24, 48, 72 hours before, that's when you buy it.
But how come when you check in, they usually ask for the card on file?
I don't even know.
Is that to confirm the form of payment?
Maybe. I don't know. Or I know that maybe the other so I do it a lot because I travel for business. So someone else is paying if I travel for work through an app. When I show up, I have to pay for incidentals. I know that's also why it's like, if I rent a movie, I shouldn't be watching. I don't know. Do people still rent movies in hotel rooms? Well, we have laptops and iPads and phones, but I don't know. Incidentals, which are like, if you drink the water that's in front of you, you got to pay $78 for the bottle of water. I do want to thank another sponsor when we're talking about money. Let's bring on, goniometer hat, the world's first wearable goniometer worn on your head. Simply place the hat on, tilt your head forward towards the patient, and announce a number with confidence. You got to say it with your chest. No arms, no alignment, no calibration. Now featuring an adjustable brim for hip range of motion, a feather attachment for cervical rotation, and the premium model Goni Hat Pro with decorative uncertainty. Goni Hat, if you say it confidently, it's probably accurate. These all have like a Monty Python flavor. Image.
I was going to ask if you're watching live or on the replay via YouTube, are those pictures from the Renaissance period or the Roman Empire period or what?
Is that a small man in his helmet? I don't understand.
It might be a court jester. Maybe it's a Goni jester.
This guy is very small. He's got a bell. Look how, if you say it confidently, it's probably accurate. There's their line. All right. Tony's got Wi-Fi issues. My next story, I got 2 steal this strategies for today. And I don't even know how to use them, but sometimes that's the best way to steal this strategy. So here's the first steal this strategy. This was my tease in the beginning of the show. Disney just did this. To celebrate the release of the 20-year anniversary of High School Musical, Zac Efron, right, at his peak at age 17, they took the movie, and they cut it up into 52 pieces, and then they put it on YouTube. So it's the movie, you push play, and you can watch it in a playlist, and it just plays through. And I'm like, why are they doing this? And then, is it brilliant? They're trying something. One viewer now becomes 52 views. Okay, that's different. It's time spent watching if you watch the whole movie, but now it's 52 views. I think the power is in 52 different comments sections. I think it's now we're watching along because I'm watching this 12-minute, or I don't know how many minute segments they are. I think it's got nostalgia, and we know where nostalgia lives on the value pyramid. It's super up at the top. There it is. I think it's 52 comment sections. It's leverage by design to leverage because if this was you 20 years ago, you're watching, oh my God, I've quoted this 4,000 times. Heart emojis.
That's what you think this is? I thought it would just be like, it's just short form content. Like they're just chopping it up. Like, are we looking too far into it or what?
So it's horizontal content. It's videos, and it's longer than short form content. I call it schmedium content. So they broke it. I don't know how long the movie is. Someone looked at it.
I thought you said like 12-minute clips.
Yeah. So that's not a short. Do you know what I mean? It's not a long. It's schmedium. Right. So my point is, if they really just wanted to share a bunch of clips, that's been done. I think they're doing this because
to pull you into the full.
Yes. Because you can. So it's just one movie, but chopped up into a bunch of little. Like it's a 6-foot sub. You have to eat it from end to end, and now you can start anywhere you want. But like now you have to watch each part. I've seen people do this in Facebook stories. They'll have one video, and then if you look at the top, it looks like Morse code. It's like, deet, 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 deet. You're actually watching like 32 stories instead of it, but it's one 12-minute or one 62-second video. So my question to you, is this brilliant or is this gaming the algorithm or is it brilliantly gaming the algorithm?
So I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw it. About a month ago, I shared a 5-minute video. I think it was 5 or 6 minutes. Facebook automatically did that video. Facebook automatically took the full video, chopped it into about 12 videos, and uploaded them individually. Now, I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought the viewer retention was going to be horrible. I'll look up and see how it performed. It did better than I expected.
So, like, meaning when you looked at the post, you uploaded a 5-minute video file as one post, but then when it loaded or whatever, you went back and you looked at it. Facebook chopped that 5-minute video up into multiple smaller videos. Is that what you're saying? That's start and stop, start and stop.
Yeah.
Huh? Isn't that wild? They're telling you. And my guess is this doesn't happen to everybody. It happens to certain creators in the background. I don't know what's going on with my hair and this hat, but I'm trying to fix it. That's what I'm trying to tell you is they're playing with you as much as you're playing with them. They're figuring out how people, this is all a social experiment. It's all this thing is. It's a social experiment. So I don't know. The question is like, great. That's cool for Zac Efron on the 20th anniversary of High School Musical. What do we do with it? And then my answers were like, dude, this is showing you that stories and keeping people along. Like if you were smart, where's the EMR that can accept videos in the EMR and cue you and say, record and ask these 3 questions and record the person and upload the video right here. And then when you have the plan of care completed, you have the freaking movie, right?
I mean, how, Jimmy, I sent you the screenshot in Messenger. I don't even start talking about EMRs because it drives me insane. This technology has been around forever and they refuse to bring it into the system. Yep. Some days I'm going to be the biggest defender of the EMR founders and technology and what they're doing.
Today is not that day.
But yeah, like before and after photos in the EMR, make it something that even the patient wants to use. The patient should be in there every single day. So Dave, you can see it on the screen. This was one video that Facebook automatically, without me realizing, and they've never done it to another video, which is bizarre. But they automatically chopped it into this sequence. One leads to the next. Some of them, 10,000, 19,000 views.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what this looks like?
What?
Oh, this is what this looks like or feels like to me. This is A/B testing parts of the video.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Like, look at this. It's telling you this is one video, but why is it good? Like, why is that one at the end 13K?
Right.
Versus why is that one close to the beginning, but not the beginning 10? Why is the one in the middle 19 and the one next to it 10? Gosh, there's a lot of data here, but you got to sift through it. It's like there's so much data here. Or is it just lucky? Now, hold on a second. These got all shared at the exact same time, and they got flopped. And where were these shared? In a story or as videos?
They were reels on my Facebook business page.
So just for people following along, it's like he put a lump of clay in that Play-Doh thing and then pressed the hammer down and like a bunch of little things. It's a cheese grater. It's exactly what Disney did. So this is what Disney did.
Facebook cheese grater.
Yeah, what Disney did was they were like, hey, what you want to watch High School Musical for free, no gated access? Great. Right. And you push play on the first one, and you know how YouTube works. It just starts playing the next video. So there's going to be a little interruption, but hey, man, free movie. You'll deal with it. Maybe they're playing around with which moments. Now they take the data. Which are the most watched or rewatched sections? Well, there's our trailer to promote this thing. I don't know. How else do you see clinics being able to use that?
From the platform perspective, you also have to wonder, does this mean more ad breaks, more ad interruption? YouTube had gone from 1 ad to 2 ads. Now almost always you see 2 ads back to back before you get back to the video. This breaks it up, which obviously gives you the opportunity to feed more ads. From clinic perspective, I think it's the same thing. So put this into clinical terms. Somebody does an hour-long treatment. I have been saying for decades, nobody remembers your name, let alone an hour of information that you just brain dumped on them in the clinic. So if we took this and we said, well, what if we broke an hour into, 12 to 15 micro sessions? What was the most impactful part of that hour? Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to focus my time, energy, effort on that piece because that had the biggest impact in the 60 minutes.
This is Live Barn. You guys familiar with Live Barn? No, because you're a 46-year-old over-the-hill hockey player like me. Live Barn is this company. I do not know the company's story, but they went to hockey rinks years ago and were like, "Hey, we want to give you free cameras to put in your hockey rinks." And they're like, "Okay." And then we're going to charge grandma or Steve's wife $4 a month for access to the camera. And they're just these fisheye cameras. So when my brother pummels some dude on a Tuesday, we all go back to the bench as my brother's getting kicked out of the game. I love you, Matt. And we text our other buddy who's not there, bring up the Live Barn feed and clip it for us so we can watch my brother getting into a fight with another 40-year-old dude in the locker room. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, there are HIP rules. We will respectfully obey them, but the clinic of the future, I think, will be a content machine, as we have talked about many times.
So same thing, like in baseball, it's Dave, do you know the name of the app in baseball where they track all the stats and they have replay and
their cameras?
Yeah. You hook up your camera, it streams the whole game so grandma, grandpa can watch it, but you also track all the analytics during the game. I think there are some higher level versions that will do it for you. And then it gives you a summary, an AI summary of, Maritado was at bat and hit a double into left field and the play was this and, got out at first or whatever. Huddle does it for basketball. So there are apps, put that in a physical therapy clinic, get the appropriate client release forms, and now you can stream that out. So people who are never going to have access, again, we want to increase our visibility. We want to show the community what we can do. People in any part of the world can see what you're doing as a physical therapist, can get the benefit of the free physical therapy, demonetize it, democratize it. But then the people who want to work with you one-on-one have the ability to do so.
I think that 96% of our profession will hate this idea, and the 4% that embrace it will be the ones that win. And I think in 10 years, this will not be abstract. That's wild. I did not know that. I just thought it was live. But this makes complete sense. I'm shocked that I haven't heard more of it. That's what I'm shocked at. Not that it exists. I'm shocked that I haven't heard more of it.
But even from a clinical documentation, you look at what these apps that are in kids sports right now can do. It is amazing. And the documentation and the stories they can produce are amazing. And you put that into clinical terms with the ambient listening and what AI is doing already. I mean, the technology all exists. This is not future. This is
theorizing.
What's the app, Tony, that does the play-by-play and
Dave's getting this. Dave wants this
because I thought you were gonna talk about Game Changer, but that's just the app where that's what Game Changer does that, because I thought that was just more storing and
do it on a premium level or a higher version.
But you have to have a video camera connected to a Game Changer, so that Game Changer app knows where the ball was hit, and then that's how it'll track what's going on.
And then I got to go back and find it. But I know that some of the parents, they had invested in, the camera system and the premium levels and all this stuff.
Drones, bro. Where's drones in this? That's what I want. I want to see some drones.
And then when the kid wants to drop out of baseball, the parents are up in arms.
They've got 40.
We just bought all this AI technology to follow where you hit this ball 22 feet into the outfield.
Yeah,
that's make the AI version of the kid so that they can keep watching the kid play through college, but it's an AI version of your kid.
You can essentially do a live stream of your day and make your clinic into a daily series. Some clinics are entertaining just to be part of the day. That's the answer. There are there's a clinic out there right now that doesn't have an Instagram account, that has like 4 of the funniest PTs. And by funny, I mean just like great person. There is the office of PT.
Yes.
Right now. And they're just going, oh, it's so much effort to like do this, and who's going to watch it? People. That's the answer. People. There's an Instagram account called the Bandits Hockey Club. And it's literally 2 guys in suits with full-on headset mics like my equipment doing commentary for beer league games. And it's hysterical because they're like, oh, Johnson wide open from 3 feet away. And wow, he missed that by 7 feet. How do you shoot from 3 feet away and miss by 7 feet? That's hard. That's a lot of, like, they're just like hamming. It's Major League with Bob Uecker for men's beer league. And I laugh at it for 6 seconds today, 12 seconds tomorrow. And that adds up. It adds up. Donis is not wrong. No one is doing this. The math checks out right here. No one will do this anytime soon. It will be a small clinic that does this before a franchise. Mark my words. Someone will eat your lunch first.
And self-pay out-of-network clinics before the in-network, most likely.
Yes. Because they're the ones that have to eat what they... That was the top of the hour, which is like, well, just go... Being on the assembly line doesn't pay as much anymore. And I go, yes, it doesn't. So I'm not disagreeing with you. That sucks. What are you going to do about it? Decide now.
Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE at CONCIERGE, painrelief.com, or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.